similar situations with you. Some of it's deep, some of it's intense, some of it's light and fluffy, okay? But we ask for your undivided attention throughout the whole presentation. Thank you.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ringgold. I'm a sophomore here at Fort Defiance. I enjoy life and doing typical teenage things, such as Facebook, watching sports, and other things. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about, some of the things that have happened in my life and, why I view life the way I do. Now, I was born 3 months premature at 1 pound, 6.5 ounces. And, my life hasn't always been easy, but I'm grateful for everything that I have. When I was, 8 or 9, my mom went to jail for the first time because she was addicted to drugs, because she was with my father for check fraud, and she was there for about 3 years, and she got out, and she was out for about 2.5 years, and she went back because she got back together with my dad after she got out, who, during that time, she went back to jail for credit card fraud. And I think that she learned a lot from it, considering now that she's been clean for about 5 years. And but during the time I lived with my dad, we stayed in a trailer in Verona, and I went to a doctor's appointment one day and come back, and the DEA was at the house, and it was because he was still using drugs. And during this time, when the DEA came, it was shortly after that that I got sent into foster care, and I was there for about 7 months, and I was in 4 different places. Now, while I was in the 4 different places, one of the places I was at, I went to school in a county called Spotsylvania, and I got called to the office one day, and we got emergency removed from the house because the guy was addicted to alcohol and got in a fight with his brother-in-law and threatened to shoot him in front of my bedroom door. Now, that's some of the bad experiences that have happened in my life. Now, that was shortly after I got baptized. And, one of the thoughts that had crossed my mind is, God, why are you taking me away from, my church family and people who have helped me get so far in life? And, looking back on that now, I can see that that was to show me that I can stand on my own, and I can be my own person, and I can make something of my life regardless of my situation. Now, I think that most people would look at a scenario such as cancer as if you had a 90% chance to die, they wouldn't look at it as you still had that 10% chance to live, because somewhere in that 10%, some people has to live. And that's the way I kind of view my life, is that you can find a positive in every bad situation, just like I just shared with you. And that was the positive in my situation. And I think, some inspirational people in my life has been my mom, because she has showed me that, no matter what mistakes are made, that you don't have to learn from your own mistakes, that you can learn from other people's mistakes. And if I had the opportunity to change anything, I don't believe I would change it, because if I would change who I am and what I do, I wouldn't realize what I do today. Now, I've wanted to do this for a while, and I'd say one inspirational person for me wanting to do this is a guest speaker we had last year, by the name of Chris Skinner. Now, he talked about how he had alcohol use. Now, that was with him personally, but as you can tell, I've never done drugs, just for any of you who are wondering. But my life has been affected by it just because, you know, I've had parents that have did it, and you know, and I'm fortunate to have everything that I have in life because, you know, some people will come up to me and say, "I'm sorry for your situation." Well, don't be sorry. I'm blessed with so many things. It's unreal. And you look at other people that can't talk, that can't speak, that can't feed themselves, they can't do any of that. But I'm fortunate enough to be able to be out here in a community of people that I can share my story with. And I hope that I'll be able to possibly do this for a career. I just really enjoy getting to know people, and I just think the best way to get to know people is to put your story out there. And if you find that one person that truly understands you, then that's how you know. Is no matter what, they can see you for who you are. And I think that's part of the reason, you know, I'm doing this is so you can see what's behind what you see on the outside, is that there's a whole another person. And that is one of my reasons for speaking. You know, also seeing the positive side of things, you will find life so much better if you look at the positives rather than the negatives. Because I've been getting the negative attention where, you know, everyone's jumping on your back for not doing your schoolwork or this or that. But I find life a lot better now that I have positive attention, and I find more than I could ever dream of having in life, and I'm just very grateful for what I have. And I think that concludes my speaking here. But if you have any questions, we're going to have a questions and answers portion here at the end of the enrichment. You can also find me on Facebook. And any questions that you're not willing to ask out in public, you might be willing to ask there. I'm not shy. I think the best way to get to know someone is to ask questions. So any questions you have, feel free to ask. I'm willing to answer. And I will turn things over to Ms. Hubbard.